The views of the guest are that of the guests and do not represent nor reflect the views and opinions of the Lockoutmen channel, the Recruiter Call channel, nor its host. This site content is for entertainment, educational, and informational purposes only.
So we're back, and we're looking at all of this Dank, Demoss controversy from one point, from one side. Today, I'm coming to you guys from the driver's side of things. And let me just break it down for you right here. Sometimes the best decisions that you can do, that you can make, is just walk away and refuse the load, the delivery, the package. We're talking about the situation, the Dank Demoss, female rapper from Detroit situation. But here's where I'm coming from, because see, I'm in trucking. I'm coming from a trucking side of things, right? There's a simple rule in trucking, and the owner-operators can back me up on this one, right? There's a simple rule. If something don't sit right, something don't look right, the load is not right, you got the right to refuse the load. That's it. Point blank simple. Period. You refuse the load. That's the same thing goes for gig workers, okay? You see an order, you don't want it, you swipe left on it. You're a rideshare driver, you see a person, you don't want them in the car, you swipe left on them. Simple. Period. No back and forth, no drama, just a simple no.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for listening. Now, if you ever driven a truck, I'm a truck driver, or worked in the gig economy, because I do Walmart Spark on my weekends. As an independent contractor, you are in control of what you want to do. If you're an owner-operator in trucking, you don't just take every load thrown at you, right? What you do, you check it. If it's overweight, if it's unsafe, if it's improperly loaded, you refuse, right? That's how it works. It's all about safety. It's all about liability. And it's all about protecting your business, driver, right? But here's the key. This applies beyond trucking as well. Even in rideshare and delivery service, you have the power to refuse the load or the order for that matter. Look, to conscious beliefs that these gig apps want you to think, you're not an employee of them. You are a contractor. 1099, do what you want to do, contractor. You don't have to argue, explain, or in trucking, do paperwork. Just swipe left and
move the fuck on!
That's all you gotta do. Swipe left and
move the fuck on.
So in my opinion, this is where the driver in that viral video of Dank Demoss, female rapper from Michigan, here's where he messed up at, in my opinion. Instead of just simply refusing the load and
move the fuck on,
he got caught up in her pettiness, trying to explain, trying to justify himself. That was his first mistake, y'all. That was his first mistake. His second mistake was the same as the first one. He kept engaging with her, which only dragged things out longer than what it needed to be. Now, if he had just refused the load, then there wouldn't have been no back and forth, no wasted time, no unnecessary frustration. But instead, he got caught up in her pettiness by talking way too much and wasting way too much time. Listen, in trucking, in rideshare, in any gig work, that's a rookie mistake right there. So, Lockout, what should he have done then? Well, I'll tell you. Check the load, see the issue, refuse, end of story. Want me to say it again? Check the load, see the issue, refused,
end of story.
In trucking, if the load isn't secure or it's overweight, it's not your problem to fix it. It's their responsibility to get it right. If they don't, you don't take it. And guess what? The same thing applies to gig work and ride sharing. If the job is not worth your time or doesn't align with the safety and the earnings, don't take it. No long explanations, no back and forth. Just move the
fuck on.
Here's the thing, drivers. People waste too much time on things they don't have to deal with. If something ain't right, fix it or just leave. That's how independent contracting works. And the companies you work with, whether it's in trucking, rideshare, or delivery, they are banking on you, naive driver, not to know all of this. See, let me stop the show. See, those gig apps, they want you to think that you work for them, and you don't. You're contracted by them, but they make it so much so and put the fear in you to make you think that you work for them. And then everything goes to shit when you take a stand against them. Now you become a problem. Now you won't get the orders. Now you won't get the rides because you step up and you finally take a stand and say, yo, I don't work for you. I'm contracted by you, but you're putting a chokehold on me because I'm not appropriating to your standards. So now in order for me to get the rides and the orders, I have to be in the top tier acceptance rating. That's the only way I'm going to get the good orders. If not, I'm just going to get all of the bullshit. They want you to feel like you have to comply with everything. But in reality, you got more power than you think, bro. This is your stuff. This is your car. This is your time. This is your money. You don't have to accept all of that. You can accept what you want to accept. And that's it. I'm not going to try to make this long, but the point that I'm trying to make, and I'm about to wrap this up for you. If you're ever in a situation where you feel off, be it a truckload, a gig job, or independent work, just refuse. No need to argue. No need to explain. Just
Move the fuck on!
And trust me, in the long run, you'll save yourself so much time and stress by mastering the power of just saying no. So for that driver that got kicked off the app because of BS, I hope he gets his just justice too. Because everybody is focusing on, oh, the woe is me. I'm the victim here. He denied me a ride because of this, that, and the third. What about the driver? What about his problems? How do he feel about the situation? I see that the news is not hurrying up to get his side of the story. Everybody is so focusing on this super overweight struggle rapper here because she just want to get her name back out and be relevant again. Everybody's so worried about her. They all ran to her. They all doing the news story on her. But what about the driver? What about the driver that got kicked off the app? What's his name? What's his situation? What's his background? Is he struggling now? Now that LYFT took the word of this young lady and now they're afraid because she got 2 crackpot lawyers to ambulance chase some money for her? They just ran and just threw this whole dude up under the bus. See, again, that was his mistake. He made a mistake, and I'm believing that he understands his mistake. And for everybody else that sees this, they're going to learn from that mistake. They're going to see somebody that they don't want in their car. They're not even going to stop. But see, let me stop the show one more time. She knew what kind of car that was coming. It's on both Uber and Lyft. It shows you the car that's coming. It shows you the license plate of the car, and it shows you the person who's driving that car. She knew a small Toyota economy car was coming for her, and she knew that she wasn't going to be able to fit in that car. But yet, since she's a struggle rapper and she's irrelevant because she got kicked off of a reality show for the same reason, she needed to get her name back out there. And what good way to do it is by going viral for some bullshit. So I'm just going to leave it here for you drivers. How many times have you found yourself in a situation where you could have just walked away or just swiped left? or just reject or refuse to load. But instead, you got caught up in somebody's freaking pettiness. Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, everybody.